One. I messed it up again.
I think you did it just right.
Always the problem, aren't I?
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Happy Friday.
Hi. Hi.
Sarcastic Grandpa said Chris needs to take lessons from Jen about being on time. We talked about this every day, I think.
Yep. Poor Chris.
Early is on time. Time is late. Big Bobzilla for 110 months, closing in on 10 years.
So to be fair, Chris is always waiting on me.
I know. I wonder why.
Let's not get it twisted.
What makes it different, I wonder?
Hmm?
Does he like?
Well,
give
on
you
Friday
things
it's
to
not
do?
a work day,
Well,
and so normally you get to come in, and I don't have to be head upside down in a meeting before stream.
But the past 2 days we've been ready to go early.
Yeah.
Chris just occupies your time until the very start. It's not Chris's fault. Bushman said, "Where can I get one of those hats?"
You can't. Not
It's
yet.
exclusive,
But soon.
But
Okay.
probably not the red.
I'm pretty happy with it. Yeah, I don't know if Gabe's going to do the red ones or not. It'll be interesting to see. I mean, if people want them, I'm sure we can open it up to get whatever color you want. I think on the hats we may just allow you to do whatever color you want. I'm okay with that now after seeing this hat. I just can't remember the conversation of what Gabe had said he wanted to do.
If they're made like on demand, then they could, yeah.
Well, yeah, but we want to make sure that we have the ability to see what they look like and all that kind of stuff.
Okay. But regular hats, black with the white logo will be soon.
Yeah, black with white is what the standard will be. All right, gang.
Do you see what's happening here?
I've had a shifting of faith. You were watching real time me dealing with the fact that when I'm unhappy with the way something is looking, what do? And so you're watching it get dude right now.
He's pulling a Jordan.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not happy with my orange scheme.
Love the orange.
So I'm switching over to something that I think I will be happier with. The orange is great until you start putting other colors on these particular models. I think on almost any other models, this would be great. If I did my Signar with them, it would be great. If I did any other range with them, it would be great. These models, they look great. The design in principle is great. The implementation of the design through the sculpt is horrible. And that panels don't have identity. You can't tell what's skin, what's armor, what's not, what's this, what's that, what's the other, and they're all hodgepodge like grandma's quilt together in a way that there isn't any really good method of separating it all out. Some of the guys are better, but like these little guys are just it just is what's armor and what's flesh and what's what. And you could look at the way they've done the box art, and it's fairly homogenized, and you could follow that. And I think you could get something good out of it. But with this color scheme in the orange, it would not allow me enough color. I don't like it. I don't like the way it looks when all the color is in there real close. Can you kick on the airbrush for me?
Yes.
So I have gone in, and so you would have to go Signar if you were to attach the Manowar look. If only the Manowars. I mean, Khador has Manowars still. You can still play the old Manowars, right? You can play that whole list if you want to. I forget what it's called, but you can still play all of your old Khador stuff. They aren't making any new ones, but they have in the Khador world. They have some new heavy infantry that are all armored. The Armored Corps, that's what it's called. But they have some new heavy infantry in Khador that look like Man-of-Wars to some extent. They're even bulkier. They're almost like mini jacks with dudes inside. So there's that.
Space Marines chapter, the Quilting Grandmas.
It is the Quilting Grandmas.
And Avian, it was thrice the Jen this week. It's my third day in a row here. Christopher took some time off. After
Tech Badger
his-
says, "Why does
after
that model
his
look
other
already
time
done?" It's
off. I mean, you're a good painter, but I don't think it looks done.
it's I mean, it's just the base colors, but I have used a lot of color here. This is 5 colors, right?
Oh.
So I decided I wanted to go with a plum style color that kept them a little dark and dreary in the color scheme, so that I can pick out the contrast with the bits, because I think that's what this army really wants. Is I think it wants its core color to be a little more maybe not desaturated, but a little more dark, and then the bits that you paint should give it the volume and contrast on the loudness. The orange, the loudest part of the model, is the bulk of the body, and the way the bits interact, having them be darker, I just don't like it. So that's the whole reason I'm moving away. And so this, I started with dark blue, right? Dark blue over black primer. So there's dark blue base coat. You can see the dark blue shadows, right? I wanted the blueness of it, so Payne's Gray isn't quite as blue, so I went with dark blue. And then I did dark plum over that. And then I say it's a plum workup because it's legit the plum triad. It is dark plum, plum, and faded plum. And then it is highlighted with pale pink. And the faded plum and the pale plum, or the pale pink, are thinned about 50-50 with special sauce and water, so that I can get that very light, misty highlight rather than very tight, spotlight style. So it gives it that desaturated kind of faded, overall faded plum look. I think it turned out great. And then I just did a full wash of Payne's Gray. Let me do this. Boom. So then I just did a wash of Payne's Gray, and the Payne's Gray gives me some shading in between panels again and brings some of the blue and the plum back out. So I think that was necessary. And then I'm thinking I want to do a magenta wash over the top of this once the Payne's Gray wash dries, to bring some of the reddishness back in the highlights. And then we go and do the edge highlighting. And then I think these become very easy. I think the process is, it's primer plus 5 colors. So that's 6 colors right there. 6 goes with the airbrush right there, but it goes quick. And then the wash would be 2 washes, very thin. So that's 2 more steps. So it seems fairly complicated, or maybe not complicated, but it seems like a lot of steps to get the base coat done. But I think once we get that done, there'll be enough color to it that you just don't have to do a whole lot else. A little bit of metallic on the bits, the teeth, and stuff like that, and treat it like, this takes care of the bulk of what we have going on. Because the way I airbrushed it with the highlights and stuff, if you can keep your volumes tight with the airbrush, and then the wash brings back the dark inner spots like panel lines and such. But the wash has to be super thin, so it is very, very watery, as you can see, right? And that's just glazed wash medium, Payne's Gray. It's Payne's Gray about half and half with glaze. It's 1 to 1 to 1. Payne's Gray, glazed wash, water, all in like a drop to a drop to a drop. So it's diluted, 66% with medium and water combo. And I think that's going to work really well. It's very wet because I used a BAB to apply it, right? I just put it on with the BAB. And so that means I'm putting a lot of material on there. So it's going to take it a minute to dry before I can go over it with the magenta. So we'll sit here and tell fart jokes.
Hey.
Jen, go.
No. I'm not good with the spontaneous. Tell me a joke. I'll think of one in like 4 hours.
In 4 hours?
Yeah.
Where will we be in 4 hours? In 4 hours, I'll get a text. All right, check it out.
Here's the joke I should have told.
A priest, a rabbi, and a horse walk into a bar.
What do you call a cow with 1 leg?
Lean beef.
Lean beef. A good one. I like that one.
Man, that just brought back a whole lot of really bad high school jokes that were all the bad,
Yeah.
like woman with 1 leg,
Eileen. Yeah.
paraplegic, playing baseball, that
Yeah.
kind of stuff that
Yeah.
are not really socially acceptable probably anymore. But as high schoolers, you were like, hey,
Where do you find a cow with no legs? Right where you left them.
right where you left them. So in Texas growing up, I knew guys that would go cow tipping
Yes.
on like Friday night, right? And I'm like, what are you talking about? They're like, well, the cows sleep standing up, and if you get a bunch of guys and run at them and you bounce against the side, you can tip them over.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why is that fun?
Yeah.
I'm like, you do this for, what do you call a cow with no legs? Ground beef? You got some chilled Friday conversation. It's late. Jen's gone out of town. You decide to sit down and watch a film with some snacks. Which film and which? Oh, okay. I'm home alone.
Okay, for you. Okay, gotcha. Yeah. I'm like, your wife's name is Jen too?
I'm home alone. Jen's gone. It's me and the dogs. I'm wanting to watch something on the tube.
What would I watch?
What would I pick and what would be my snacks? Is it just snacks or can I have a meal?
You can do whatever you want. I'm out of town.
I don't snack a lot.
I snack a lot.
So if it's a meal that I make, boy, this looks really good with that Payne's Gray wash on it. It picked out all the details again really nice. Didn't dull the highlights too much.
Oh, he said snacks. It's too late for a meal.
Too late for a meal. Okay. So what would I watch? Right now, the thing that comes to mind is the movie that I downloaded that I wanted to watch on my last flight, and then Disney doesn't work, so I wanted to watch Rogue One. But I don't know that that's like, like a forever answer, right? I don't know if that's what you're looking for. If it was tonight, I'd watch Rogue One. Or I've been watching a show called what's it called? I don't remember what it's called. It's the one with the old people and the old folks, the Burbs or something like that. Huh? It's by the people that did Stranger Things.
Oh, a new one.
But it's like elderly Stranger Things. It's like geriatric Stranger Things. But I would probably do Rogue One. I haven't seen it in a long time, and I've been wanting to watch it. I downloaded it onto my iPad, but then when you travel on an airplane and you can't get internet access, Disney app doesn't work. It won't let you log in and even watch what you've downloaded, which is crap.
It's weird.
Get your act together, Disney.
Right.
Revenge of the Nerds, and you couldn't get it. How does a wash behave differently through an airbrush versus paint? It won't slide into the recesses as much. It becomes just a filter.
Yeah, the burrows. Not...
The burrows. Yeah, the burrows. The burrows. Yeah. But it's burrows like Bowler said.
Yeah.
Not like Avian.
Right.
The burrows is like a horror flick. But, yeah, I think Rogue One right now.
Also,
I don't have a lot that I'm anxious to watch or that I feel like I missed right this minute.
Also, avian cows 100% sleep standing up. They always are standing.
Yeah.
In fact, one of the things, growing up in the Midwest that you learn is that if the cows are laying down, it's going to rain.
Rain.
That's like
or
a
heavy
sign
weather of some sort. Yeah.
And I know people who've gone cow tipping, and so does Jason. So it's not an urban legend.
Nope. It's a real thing that real stupid kids do.
Yeah.
I would be afraid of getting shot by Mr. Farmer for tipping his cow over.
Exactly.
Like, I'm not going cow. I never went. You want to go? It's fun. No, that sounds horrible. Number one, I don't want to tip a cow over. I feel like that's not where cows ought to be. I've been on farms and really enjoyed cows. Like, cows are cool.
Cows are cool.
Taking a little bit of a damp brush here to kind of dip out some of this excess that's in these deeper recesses here.
I can't think of what movie. I'm not a huge movie person.
Yeah, she doesn't do movies very much. We did watch something the other day, didn't we?
Well, we've watched the documentary movies.
Oh my God, did we watch another crazy person documentary last night?
The one that we watched earlier this week was the fake pregnancy. But a lot of you, when we started talking about it, thought it was the catfish wrong number one or unknown number one. So that's the one we watched last night.
Oh my God, do I lose all my faith in humanity every time we watch Netflix?
Yeah. And I knew that it was a mom, but it threw me. I started questioning myself of whether I did know the right thing because all the moms were a part of it and really seemed like, oh my God, how could someone do this?
See, and I had no idea what it was. We started watching it about 15 minutes in. I go, it's his mom.
Yeah.
because I had the idea that it was the mom of the
The
boy because she was jealous of her son, because I couldn't imagine it ever being the girl's mom and saying those horrific things to her own daughter, and yet it turned out.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
not
Yeah,
spoiler
it's
alert.
terrible.
That's
Well, it's been out
that's
for a long
humanity in a
time.
nutshell for horrible people.
That
Like,
one's
oh my
not
God.
new.
I don't think you could be more horrible. And then she tried to play it off like everybody makes mistakes. I was like, yeah, not all of us tell our kids to go kill
Oh my
themselves
gosh, it
for
was
months
wild.
on end.
And then the
you
fact that the
horrible
daughter's
human.
like, I love my mom so much.
That's Munchausen's
Yeah,
by
that
proxy
was-
right
and
there.
that was,
That's
like you said,
insanity
Stockholm
right there.
syndrome
That's
with
both
the
of them
mom,
need
with the
heavy
daughter.
therapy right there. Yeah, that lady's a monster. Like literal definition of demon.
Both of them.
Right there. The
Like,
kid.
what are we doing for, what are we doing, women?
Yeah. Oof. Oof.
Like, come on, women.
Oof.
Get your act together. 2 in a row, really, really bad women. Stan, so the first one with the fake pregnancy is, I think it's called Maternal Instinct. And then the one
Oh
last
my
night
God, dude.
was Unknown Number Catfish or something like that.
I
They're
don't know.
both on Netflix. I don't know I don't know that one, the fire that took her. I've not seen that.
Holy.
But I like stuff like that. But yeah, movies are rough. And I watch like bad reality shows, but I don't need Jason to be gone to do that. I do that all the time.
Call that 1 to 1 to 1. 1 part wash, 1 part medium, 1 part water.
Oh, do you have one of the new shirts on? No.
No, I guess they
No
didn't
new
get
shirts
here.
yet.
I've been trying to contact Gabe, but he's busy setting up the booth for a local event that we've got going on with Green Banner Events this weekend out at Westworld. If you're local to the Phoenix area, there's a really cool.
They're done because I got that alert about Clarendon.
Oh, they're back and.
Yeah, so
Okay,
they're,
cool.
they're back. Now, of course. Oh no, that's the mailman.
What's that?
Well, I was waiting for delivery. You were waiting for delivery today, and they didn't come before I left.
Oh yeah,
And I thought
It's there
that it was
now.
No, it was the mailman.
he's the one bringing it.
Oh. Like he was.
Doing the mailbox.
Oh yeah, no, I see. Set it down. People have a nice big post in our patio, our front patio, and they never or rarely put stuff behind it to hide it. We have some crazy people wandering. Times.
I feel like that's probably good. We'll test an area first and see what we get. I want to add some red back on this, but it needs to be very, very diluted in order for this to work. Otherwise, it'll be too red. Try it on his foot here. I'm not going to flood it with the BAB this time. I'm going to do something a little more deliberate here so I can see how it works. Oh, that's pretty cool.
I think we tried watching For All Mankind.
Yeah, we did.
Get into it, but if Ted Lasso is a classic. I just rewatched it.
Get some of that red going again. Yeah, I think this is great.
I liked the orange, but these are also my colors. So.
That was my whole goal with this. I wanted it to do it as an homage to you.
Aww.
When I saw I had shown off to somebody recently on stream, they asked, does Jen paint? And I was like, yeah, she's one of the best painters I've ever known. And here's some of the stuff she's done. I showed him your tiger. And then when I was looking at color schemes, I was like, oh, I should grab her tiger. And it's right here. And I was like, that's going to be perfect. And I'm just not happy with the orange. So
One of the things I'm most proud of.
it should be. It's fantastic. You did a great job.
Did you watch Andor?
I did, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I watched it to its conclusion. Yep. I don't remember if I watched the end of it. Yes, I did. What was really frustrating is I don't. Oh, yeah, I did finally go back and find it. I was having a hard time with it because the scene where um there's a really amazing scene in it where the leader of the rebellion guy goes and gets caught by the Star Destroyer, right? You've seen the if even if you haven't seen the Andor series in its completion, you've seen this scene probably. And he gets caught, and then he has the things that fly out and blow up the tractor beam and all that. And I watched the whole series and I never saw it. And I said they wouldn't have just put that. They wouldn't have cut that, would they? And had it be something that was just in previews. And I had to go back, and I don't know how I missed it, but I went back and found the episode and was like, oh yeah, there it is. I either had watched like half an episode while traveling and then come back to it and picked up on the following episode or something. I don't know what happened. Yeah, Andor is great.
Farley
Absolutely great.
Farley Matter said Clarkson's Farm.
That was the episode?
No.
Oh no, Clarkson's. Okay, yeah, Clarkson's Farm is the TV show.
Yeah.
Jeremy Clarkson.
Yeah. It sounds
Kelly
wholesome.
Clarkson.
It sounds very wholesome just from the name, and it makes me remember the one. I haven't watched it yet, but it's the garden show with Zach Galifianakis just gardening. It's supposed to be really wholesome as well. I like more realistic stuff. I'm not into sci-fi. I'm not a big fantasy person. I like things that are like, okay, I can see that really could happen.
Wait a minute. Are you trying to say that the Lord of the Rings could not happen? Choose your next words carefully.
Not in my mind. I know that, maybe that's a character flaw of me, that I don't have that kind of an imagination.
Yeah, I don't look at them as being possible either. I just they're need escape.
Chris is not here. I know.
They just need escapism, I grew up with like a lot of us did, with movies being escapist.
Yeah.
They were fantastical. They were, it was Revenge of the Nerds. It was stuff that was not.
I mean, I loved Revenge of the Nerds.
Yeah.
That doesn't seem fantastical to me.
No, it's not fantastical, but it's definitely escapist. It's not normal.
Yeah.
Right. That stuff. It's all over the top.
I like comedies. Like my top choice would always be a comedy.
I'm not pounding this on because I have that Payne's Gray Wash we just put on, and even though it's dry to the touch now, I got to make sure I'm not moving it around by hitting it with the brush too much. So I'm not being crazy with this.
Airplane is fantastic.
Oh my God. That came out at the time where they were doing like Airport 77.
Yeah.
The disaster movies, right? There were so many in that Airport series. I forget what it was. Somebody out there would have to let me know if you remember them.
Yeah, Stan, that is one thing that Jason and I usually can agree on, is a stand-up comedy special. Got to be the right person, though, obviously.
Putting the wash on pretty much everything. I don't know what's going to stay because these models are so crazy. I don't know what's going to stay this color and what will migrate to a different one, but hit everything. Unless I know like the chains around his wrists, I'm not going to do this way, but.
Into war movies, Pressure was fan freaking tastic.
Pressure?
I've never heard of that, and I don't know if I'm into war movies.
Is that recent pressure? It doesn't. It's not familiar to me. But again, I'm not a huge movie. I don't pay attention anymore.
One of my favorite.
They've been so horrible for so long.
Yeah, and I'm in, but like Project Hail Mary.
Yeah, we did like Hail Mary. That was good.
The one about the Michael Jordan and the shoes.
Oh yeah,
that one was really good.
The Air Jordan movie.
Yeah, that one was really good.
That was a long time ago.
That was a long time. One of my all-time favorite movies is called Memphis Belle, which is
who was in the
World
Michael
War
Jordan
II.
one? Who was the?
I think it was Ben Affleck and Matt Damon, right?
Was it?
I think so. Yeah,
I remember it
it's
being
called
really good.
Air. Okay, I'm looking it up right now. Yeah, Matt Damon, Jason Bateman, Ben Affleck. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember really liking it.
But yeah, so one of my all-time favorite movies is called Memphis Belle, and I think it's from like 80s or late 80s, early 90s potentially.
War movie about the
World War II.
bomber.
It was like the last mission flight of this one particular
bomber.
airplane and the crew.
B-27? B-57? I don't remember.
So
yeah, Memphis Belle was a good movie. About them wanting to get home alive.
Yeah.
Basically.
Pressures about the meteorologists that had to come up with the weather forecast for the D-Day invasion. It's brand new, really, really good. Interesting.
Yeah, because I feel like I had seen something about it more recently, but I have not seen it. Obviously, I'm a big fan of like Saving Private Ryan was great.
Oh yeah, I mean,
and then you get into like Band of Brothers. Our managing director over at our European office, Mally, he was like,
oh yeah,
the other day, he said one of his personal best things that he got to do is he was like, I am watching for the 18 millionth time
to do anything, so
Band of Brothers
Band of Brothers
on his Father's Day. So that's rad. I do have a problem with the repetition. The older I get, I can't just watch them all the time. The movies that I've seen in the past that I love, it's hard for me to have like something where people go, "What's your favorite movie? What would you watch right now?" It's like a lot of my favorite movies I would not watch right now, just because I've seen them so much.
Danger. I hope all goes well at the dentist. There's no giveaway today, so you can listen without that pressure of worrying.
This is your 5-minute warning.
Yeah, the giveaway happened on, I think.
Yeah, when I was gone. They let Jordan do it.
The olds don't know how to do the giveaway. I mean, you're not wrong. I don't know how to do the giveaway. Jason might, but I do not.
We olds?
The olds.
Oh my god.
We are the olds.
That hits
Fortunately.
home. That's too close to home.
We don't have children, but we are the olds. Oh, Danger, don't skip the dentist. Go to the dentist. Something we should all do regularly. I'm really bad. I haven't been to the dentist in like a year. Avian said, I thought the giveaway was getting to watch you paint. The gift every day.
Well, that's the gift of the stream, yes.
Yeah.
We give away knowledge and fun and love and family. Call Vin Diesel. Family. I'm really liking that. That's good. Payne's gray stuck. We got good shadow in between the panel lines now. Now if we go back and highlight this, this will be really good with just the pale pink, I think. I rhymed.
Skillless Bacon, what are you looking for in the EU store that's out of stock? But what's out of stock that you're looking at?
Yeah, they just got a restock.
They just got a restock, I think.
If they didn't just post it, it'll be this next week. Right now, we're gonna go whole hog with this one, with the BAB, because this model's just too big. Right, so.
Black Up, he's playing again. He's actually gonna go play tonight. Started last week. You are playing tonight, right, or just hanging out?
I think I'm playing. Yeah, as long as I can get a game. Jordan's gonna go, I think. So
nice.
He's back into it big time. We're both having a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, Jordan and Jason both went up to Gamers Guild last week on Friday after stream. Had a great old time. Jason texted me midway and said that he was having way too much fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Notice how I'm just using the wash as kind of a filter on some of this stuff and not letting it pool. And I'll go load the brush with water and then dip it in here when I want to do. I should probably start at the top, huh? And work down. Well, let's finish doing this. Let's finish what we started here.
Oh, Skillless Bacon, are you in the US trying to see what's available in the EU? It won't work for you.
Nope. If we can't ship to you, you will see zero stock.
Want to avoid people making the mistake of ordering from the wrong site and paying way too much in shipping.
Yep, none of our stores will show you stock for areas you can't ship to if your IP doesn't match with the area. The safety mechanism, like Jen was saying. We have a lot of people that come to the US store when they hear we're available in the EU, and then they come to the US store and they're like, they place the order and pay the shipping, and then they tell us, wow, your shipping's exorbitantly high. I'm like, where did you order from? Germany. Like, well, yeah, go to our EU site.
We may have stores in New Zealand. We definitely have them in Australia. So check Australia first before you try and buy from the EU if you're moving to New Zealand.
Yeah, we have a distributor.
The distributor in Australia that does Australia and New Zealand, I think. So
they have a New Zealand warehouse, but I don't know if they've moved our stuff into New Zealand yet or not.
Jimbo, it's been a long time, but yes, I have painted on. When we started, I painted on. Jason and I both painted on stream all the time, like almost every day. Maybe one day next week. Maybe one of the days I'm here, like Thursday or something.
Uh-oh. Look out.
I don't like to take the time away from Jason when he is really enjoying a project.
He blames it on me.
No. I blame it on myself for caring about you and wanting you to have joy.
That was a very criticism right there. She's getting it, chat. It's very dangerous what's happening right now.
I care a lot. Right, Fido, the purple looks so good. I like it.
Painting with wash is what I want you to be taking away right now. Is how you can, get a smooth application, not build up too much, color for staining or anything like that. And, I'm just dumping it on here with a big ass brush, the BAB here. And then just kind of lightly, I'm not hitting the model too hard because, again, I don't want to move paint. And we've airbrushed this. I airbrushed this a while ago, but still. Don't want to get too much wetness. And then, because a wash requires you to put a lot of moisture on the model. And then you got to be light with your pressure or you can tear through the previous coats of paint.
Roth, it's not angled, so there you have it.
What's that?
Roth said, "Is it big ass brush or big angled brush?" And I said, "Well, it's not
This is
an angled
this
brush."
is the flat one. Because the BAB is for BAB. We've had
Jimbo,
it forever.
We used to have, I mean, up until not too long ago, we had two painting desks, and Jason and Jordan painted together every day.
Yep.
But then as we kind of wanted to be more instruction based and really focused, the two desks made it just a little too distracting. So we just went down to one.
It's too hard when you have two people painting to pay attention to any one thing. So we went back down to one desk and had Chris as a full-time producer come on. And it's been worlds better in the long run for the stream, as has been shown by our community growth and all that.
Yeah.
So.
And Jordan is, as far as I know, happy to fill in anytime Jason is not available.
Yeah, he loves it.
Well, so Game Delay, that was also before Chris started producing every day. It was Chris or me or Gabe, sometimes Shelby. Again, we really upped the professionalism around here. Basically, whoever had time that day would sit at the producer's desk.
Yeah, it really was. Guest producers all the time.
Yeah, all the time. Jeff before Dishonor wants to know what the wash is.
Magenta. Then 1 to 1 to 1, water, glaze wash medium, and wash. So magenta wash, glaze wash medium, and water, all in equal amounts. And you are golden. I did the same with the Payne's Gray, which was the wash I used first. I don't think I've done that time.
Frigid Phoenix, it's an issue that it has sometimes as it gets older. Since you bought it at a store, just take it back to the store. They know that they can contact us and we'll take care of them. But since you bought it from them, it's just, the process is much smoother and easier if you just go back to them. We all miss Shelby. Yes, we do.
Speak for yourselves.
I miss Shelby. You'll get to see her at shows, although she's not. She was going to be going to Gen Con, but now she can't. But hopefully she'll be back at Adepticon next year. She loves that one. It's Schlebby.
Hello.
Flexible Knot said, I painted models 40 years ago when I was a kid. However, I couldn't handle the models afterwards without the paint wearing off disturbingly quickly.
Yep.
You would probably want to put a varnish on them if you're going to use them for games. That's the standard practice, right?
Yeah, generally, I say a matte varnish, like a matte lacquer, is always your best bet for top coating after the fact. That way you get good extra toughness. But I don't do it a lot. Most of the models that I take out to play with don't have any top coat on them at all. I handle them very easily, and I don't like attack them with, "Hey, look, I just ate chicken wings." I feel like as kids
I was just gonna say, as kids, you probably weren't as
we weren't paying attention.
yeah as
We
aware
were
of it,
excited to
just
fly our
handling
plane
it.
around.
Yeah.
I'm also putting a lot of water on the brush sometimes before I go get this already watered down wash, and you'll notice how I can then take it, and as I brush it along, it'll run quicker into the recesses where I want it. Give me a pretty good staining strength on the surface, but I can wick it away, and as I wipe it, get that brightness off the top again, and now I won't get any stain, like coffee staining, right? You're seeing a very smooth overall application of color here that doesn't really look like a wash when you're done. It looks like a more specific filter.
Sugar Rush said, "My understanding that Shalebi is a cookie or some kind of dessert thief." You know, we don't really know exactly who the Carlport was, but I will say that Shalebi gave up a lemon bar for um to bribe Dallas during the Star Wars game that they played. We wanted to distract him. And so I went to our booth to get lemon bars. Was it lemon bars? I think it was lemon bars.
I think it was the chocolate things, the chocolate peanut butter things.
Oh, maybe it was a. Anyway, some kind of treat. And I went to the booth to get some because I knew that Chuck and Jade had so generously given all kinds of treats to us. And I found that they had all been taken home to the Airbnb by the team. But Shalebi had some for her lunch. She brought like 3 for herself for lunch, and she spared one.
I like how we make her out to be a hero when she's
a hero.
The thief. This is Stockholm Syndrome happening live right here. My captors are my best friends. They stole all my food, but they allowed me to have some at the time I needed it most. Thieves, all of them. This I'm liking a lot.
Danger Boy, the directions about submitting for the monthly challenge are all on the Discord page. But basically, you have to take a picture of your starting point, untouched model, with the date in the photo, and then post your end pictures as well. Same thing with the date, and I think with the paints that you want. I don't know. It's all in the Discord. I'll put the Discord link in so that you can see it.
Now the trouble begins anew. How in the world do you paint these things?
Maybe it's always time for food talk when I'm here.
Wait a minute. Not how that works.
Oh, Oak and Fury said, "I love these models. Is it the same army from the guy earlier this week?"
Yeah. Yeah, it's the same
But
army.
changed
I'm not
colors.
happy with my color scheme, so I'm changing. But I did 2 new models. Well, this one was sitting over on the side unprimed because it wasn't going to go in my initial list. And this guy is another Warcaster, and this guy's supposed to go with this. Well, not supposed to, but I was planning on running these together anyway. And so this guy came in yesterday in the mail. This is the first plastic one that I built, by the way. They have on-sprue plastics for Warmachine now for some of the starter boxes. And this is the Warcaster comes in the starter box for the Chimera Shadowflame Shard guys. And the plastic kit, I have to admit, was really, really good. The parts went together pretty well. There were pretty good join lines. I didn't mess with it too much. I was just trying to get it built for stream, so I didn't. But it was easy to clean. The plastic's a little brittle, Not like snap brittle, just harder and will show tool marks a little bit more readily than say like Games Workshop plastic. But that's a benefit and a detriment. It's a benefit because it allows you to very quickly get rid of like where the sprue connector nubs are. It's only a detriment if you press too hard as you're using your scraping tool to get them off of there, because you can gouge a little bit easier with this plastic. But it went together very, very. I didn't have any instructions. I think that if I had one, and I know they know this at Steamforged, is if I have one major criticism, it's that when you buy a box from them, you get 0 instructions. You get nothing but a sheet with a QR code to scan to go get the instructions, but you can't download the instructions on your phone because it's a zip file. So you can't unzip it on your phone unless I'm missing some. Maybe you can get a zip app on your phone, but it's not. Couldn't it just be a PDF?
Yeah.
Steamforged. It says PDF, but it downloads as a zip.
Oh.
And so on my phone, I couldn't do anything. So I'm not going to go sit at my computer, and I don't have a printer here at the office on my side to print it out. So I'm like, nah, I'm just going to figure it out. But it was easy to figure out. I mean, the guy all of his parts were on one sprue. And so I just picked it up and started putting the parts together. It went together great. There was nothing that you could have done wrong with this guy. You couldn't have put a part on and then kept yourself from being able to build the model. So even without instructions, it was really easy. I say that. I mean, somebody could probably get themselves in trouble, but I couldn't see a way to have put a part on that would have messed you up, because they all were very well engineered. It's a great model, and he's just cool too. But again, this Shadow Flame shard, you can't tell where one material starts and it's crazy. I don't understand it. I just don't understand all the stuffs. Okay, so we got to figure out like what color we want to do things like wings. The wings and things. And if I even care about like two-toning any of the armor, I might just highlight it all and leave it this color, because I think that's the hope that I had, was that the dark blue and the plum and the Payne's gray and everything gave me enough variation on this that I can basically just highlight all this and have it fine, and then just do the detail work on it. But again, I find myself staring at these models too long because you just don't know what anything is. Drives me sort of bananas. And I have to think, if I'm going to do metallics and non-metallics, one of the things that hit when we were doing the metallics on this guy is that there are parts of this that want to be done in a more non-metallic sense, like the open area on the wings. I probably want to do as some sort of non-metallic black or something. And if I do that, then painting with metallics doesn't make sense. So I think I have to do everything non-metallic, which is a bummer on its own. But when I started looking at it, a bunch of the bigger things have got wings like this, and they're not feathers. They're all solid, right? Like with rivets. Oh, wow. And I don't want to do that with metallic paint, because that's such a big expanse of metallic that the shine of it will detract from all the work you do on the model. I'm not a fan of when you have models like this that have a big area of plastic or space like this, especially not a big flat plane, and then you paint it with a metallic. It's distracting to me. I don't like it. So just another excuse for starting over is really what that is.
Skillless Bacon looking for a suggestion on cloak color for Blood Angels Captain that's mostly bold pyro red.
Blood Angels cloak color for Blood Angels Captain that's mostly bold pyro red. White is always great if you're comfortable painting white. Grays and blacks, any neutral colors work really, really well. Colors like this, plum, purple, things like that have a really good look to them. I don't think I've painted any of my Blood Angels that actually have cloaks. I'm looking at one that has like a tabard, and I haven't painted his tabard yet. So none of my cloth has been done on any of my oh yeah, we did on the Blood Angels. We did kind of a dull neutral gray on his that works pretty well, right, with the red. And then I just left the inside of the cloak red for now. I don't know if that was my plan or if I just forgot to paint it while we were doing this, but I did kind of a textured, like more woolen cloth and what would be neutral gray up to like bright neutral gray mixed together. It's not bright neutral gray on its own. It's not bright enough, right? But it gives it a nice look against the red. I think neutrals are your best bet because they allow you to have something that offsets the warmth of everything else, especially if you're doing like red and gold, and stuff like this, because that's a lot of heat, right? That's a lot of warmth in your color scheme. And so if you can, toning things down with more neutral versions of other stuff, like, the darker steel, and then grays that can be like, real dirty white is the idea that I had here. I think that works pretty well.
Looks really good.
Saturnine, bro. Yeah, scorched earth, me too. I just think that those wings are too big, especially
That's
when
a
you look
lot of
at
shiny.
my good God, when you look at this guy. Can you imagine? Like he's
That's
literally all
a
wing.
lot of shiny.
He's all wing.
Oh, that looks so
I
right now
know.
with that color.
I know. This looks so good.
Yeah.
But the problem is when it's so bright and it has all this convoluted
Yeah.
stuff that you're left with making all the other stuff darker, and I'm just not a fan of that
Yeah.
contrast. I want the skin to be dark and the brightness to be all the details. So I think I'll be happier with it, because it really started when I do bigger models. I'm like, nah, that's not going to look good for me. Everybody else is telling me I'm an idiot, but it's okay. I can be an idiot. It's fine. That color scheme is so good. It's like an amazing sunset.
Yeah. Yeah, that's actually a good.
All right, let's go and pick out some areas. I think there might be something we can do here with golds. Gold. I'll do some orange yellow. See, that's the thing, Black Up, is that I feel like if I'd have done the sunset yellow as like the wing color, could be really bitching against the purple. Right? I mean, we've been painting that a lot, so it's like I'm on some weird, maybe my dreams are tripping out, but I've been painting a lot of purple and yellow together. So I probably don't want to put any yellow on this, just to, avoid being so redundant. But I agree. I think that sunset orange yellow with the plum and the royal purple is a really, really good color combo. You just have to be careful with it, because it can get very, very vibrant and out of control real quick.
I like vibrant.
Hmm?
I like vibrant.
Well, yeah, but even like your tiger is done very well with a lot of the shadow showing and the color moving up across the back, right? Because when you look at Jen's little tiger, she did a great job of keeping like the limbs with a lot of purple, right?
Yeah.
And so this makes it to where you've got enough of the darker color that's taking care of how the model looks. And then the bright colors are good accents. This works. But he doesn't have lots of armor and leather
Right. Yeah,
and all the other stuff. So yeah, that's perfect. Put him up there with his butt pointing towards me. I had his turned around when his butt was pointing towards me. A little awkward.
Cat.
A little awkward. Yeah, Jen's a tremendous painter. She doesn't think so, but she is.
Thank you, Panda. Scorched Earth, you do. We've got there's even a channel for pets.
In the Discord?
Yeah, post some pictures. I don't think I've posted any Poppy and Cora pictures in Discord recently.
We put them all up on our Instagram.
I put them on my Instagram almost every day because I take a picture every day and post it to my Instagram stories, and it's supposed to be like something that I want to remember from the day. And a lot of times I don't do anything, so I just take a cute picture of my dogs because they're super cute.
Oh my God, the Poppy one was so cute.
From yesterday?
Yeah.
She's so snuggly. I don't normally put myself in pictures. I don't do selfies, but she was so snuggly. Just being so sweet, and I had to take. They're the best. They really, really are.
You don't deserve dogs.
No.
I know this is kind of jarring right now with the yellow, but bear with me.
We all know it's going to look good.
You can turn that off if it's bugging you.
Are you done?
Yeah, I don't need the airbrush anymore. The door. When Chris isn't here, that door squeaks exactly like he tells us it does. Like he's always like, it sounds like a horror movie. And then when he opens it and closes it on stream, it never does the thing. And then with Jen here, every time she opens it, it's like it sounds like something out of The Exorcist. It's really hilarious. So Chris, if you're watching, you're vindicated. We believe you now.
Out there. Standing and back and forth around our building.
Great.
Oh, Frigid, I saw that you said that earlier. That your dog seemed like it was maybe feeling hurt. So yes.
Hate to hear it.
Wishing you well. Cora, you know what? Cora had, I don't know, some issue. They thought she had like basically a torn ACL, like the dog, whatever the dog version of that is. And we have an amazing vet, and she's like, you know, you don't need to, she doesn't need to have surgery yet. Let's try this injection. So we were taking her every month to get this little injection to help her. And it worked. And then we got Poppy.
And she forgot about it.
And it's like she forgot about it. And she stopped me, and we haven't given her
Shots.
the shots since,
Nothing.
you know, probably 2 months after we got Poppy. So maybe, Frigid, your dog needs a friend. Isaac Schaefer wants to ask a question about a problem that he's having with a competitor's dropper bottles.
Uh-huh.
I mean, you can always ask a question. We may not have the knowledge to answer it, but you never know until you ask. So fire away.
I will always try to answer the best of my ability. Like Jen says, we don't always know everything about our competitor's product. We don't keep it in-house. And time for a new puppy. Best excuse ever. Ours just fell into our lap, right? Poppy just showed up. We were not planning on it.
It was truly the.
As a matter of fact, I cringed as soon as I heard Jen when in the living room when she saw the picture of this dog that wandered onto our property at the office, and she was like, "Oh!" Wasn't that dramatic, but it was close. And I was like, "Oh God, we have a new dog."
I had zero intention of keeping this dog. Like, I just didn't have anything else I was doing that day, and I couldn't bear the thought of a tiny little dog just being out there in December.
Yeah, neither could I.
you know.
And then when she went over there, and then it was like 30 minutes or an hour or whatever, sitting there waiting on the dog to warm up, and
Yeah.
she finally came over and fell asleep in her lap. I was like, well, that's our dog.
That's our dog now. But I took her immediately to our vet and had her scanned for a microchip because I was like, somebody, you know, is missing this dog because she's adorable. And nothing.
Nothing.
I posted her picture on all the websites and the Facebook groups and stuff, and
Nothing.
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 So the issue is that all of the Too Thin Coats dropper bottles have paint eruption problems, but the cap is really hard to pop off, so burping them is a pain.
Yep.
Is there a way to stop the eruptions without popping off the cap?
Not really. That's why we switched to ours, right? The standard dropper doesn't have but the one release, which is the top. And then they have the dropper nib, and you can pull the dropper nib out, but you can't get to it until you take the top off. So it is not there is no real solution. If you just kind of crack the lid, the paint still comes out, and then it gets into the inside of the lid, which you're probably experiencing. And then it cakes the lid, and then when you screw the lid down, it causes problems. That's why, it's a bummer. There isn't a good solution for it.
A couple people in chat are saying to tap the bottle before you close it.
Yeah, before you close it, to burp the air out before you even have the problem. If you, when you put the paint out, and then before you put the cap back on, maybe let it sit for a minute with the cap off after you put the paint out on your palette, because then you can be better assured that the air that was in the bottle comes out as the paint drips back down into the well. That's the only real way to do that. And that's not guaranteed to work. That depends largely on what your barometric pressure is during the day. And welcome to the world of liquid dynamics, fluid dynamics.
Droth is suggesting to put the bottle in the freezer for 30 seconds to reduce the pressure. Probably worth a try.
Yeah, maybe. I have not done that.
Awkwardish Panda, right? I see pictures. So on my phone, my wallpaper, every time I, wake up the phone, it's a different picture. And I see some really old pictures of Poppy. And I'm like, oh my gosh, she doesn't even look like that anymore. Definitely chunky.
She's chunky?
Yeah.
She's chunkier for sure.
She's a little chunky. The vet said both of our dogs are chunky. We like to give them treats.
Hey, you know what? They're only here for a little while.
She knew. She came to the right place. She squeezed her way through the gate here. The universe sent her, told her that this is the place where someone's going to take care of you. And it was right.
We think we're pretty good dog parents.
I think we're great dog parents.
Cora, though, anytime Cora gets a chance to leave, she's fine leaving, so.
Like when she got out, I'm sure she was scared. Like, wait a minute, this is not my place.
I don't know, they fed her chicken and watered her. I think she was fine.
She kept going back to the gate for
Cora's
a while
fine.
after.
Yeah, Cora's ready for another big adventure. She kept going back there and looking at me, and I can go again? They had chicken. Dad, you're cool, but you don't give me chicken.
I have, when I feed them, I give them a little less food than we used to. They're fine. I think Cora's doing better. It's more noticeable on Cora because she's bigger. But the vet said, that they should have a little bit of a taper in at what their waistline would be, and I think she does.
Yeah. She has never been like lethargic.
No.
Or anything like that.
No.
So
she's slowing down as she's gotten older.
Well,
but
yeah.
She's a good sleeper.
She's a protected class.
She's a protected class now. She's been sleeping on her new bed, which is fantastic for me. Droth wants to know what kind of lighting we have in the studio. Lots.
Oh, lots. Yeah, and I never remember what the damn brand name is. That's a Chris question, our producer.
Yeah, ask when Chris is back next week. But they're these big, like umbrella type things, kind of. But then they have little, like, honeycomb type. Not
diffusers. Yeah,
diffusers.
They've got honeycomb diffusers on them, and they are, I never remember the type of light.
And then there's some other like bar lights that are more of like an ambery color, and then there's a couple spotlights, and this one right here is ridiculously bright in my face. And then we have like a food lamp up here.
Chris, the king of ambient lighting. Isn't it called the Church of Ambient Lighting? Isn't that the thing in Discord? The marketing group, the creative marketing group have got in our Discord, for all the people that work from home for our company, we require them to be live on Discord all day. And they name their rooms, and the creative marketing team is the Church of Ambient Lighting because they work for Chris.
They work for Chris.
He manages these people, and he has created this monster of, you will have ambient lighting. When I come into the office, none of the lights are on ever.
No.
I'm like, why aren't the lights on?
They got string lights, like Christmas lights.
Yeah. But even in here, he doesn't turn any of the lights on. So I get in here, and he's been here, and it's all dark. I'm like, why are the lights off? He goes, because those lights suck.
Fluorescent lights are terrible. Ellie and Bree both did the light strips around their office, and it just makes such a huge difference. I think Brennan sits in that too.
Kooks.
What he's said, Droth was saying, I was wondering what the color temp is. I think it's a variety, because the ones that are right on Jason are pretty cool, but you can see even from, Jason's face cam is warmer, and mine is warmer.
I'm going to lie to you and say they're 5,600. Okay. I don't know. Chris tunes them.
Lux, well, not, it's not super hot, no. Do you get hot over there under the lights?
I mean, when it's summertime like this room gets hot late in the day anyway, because we're on the western facing wall of the building.
I would say your office at home with all your computers and stuff
gets hotter than this
much
by
hotter
far.
Than this one.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, we have good AC in the building here, so it's not really a big issue. Unless we don't turn the AC on, we forget, then that's a hassle, because it takes a while to cool up, and especially the later in the day it gets, because like I said, we're on the western facing wall.
Stan, you're learning how to groom your dog. Gets a little anxious at the groomer.
Cora doesn't like blow dryers.
Cora does not like the dryer, so she's we've tried taking her, so we have a mobile groomer that comes and takes care of Pop, because Poppy needs haircuts. Cora does not need haircuts. Cora just needs a bath and like a nail trim. But last time they didn't dry her because she just bites at the blower, and I don't think they keep towels, because they just handed her back sopping wet, like just absolutely sopping wet. And I'm like, I am not paying all that money for me to get a half done
dog. I gotta get it back, and I gotta do all the work.
So I put her in the shower last week.
How'd that go? You didn't really ever tell me.
It was all right. The sprayer thing is not long enough to get like underneath her very easily.
Yeah.
So it was okay. She needs the occasional spa day, but she won't. So I took her to PetSmart a couple of times just to get a bath, and they keep them for so long though. Yeah. That's the thing. But she always seemed fine with that.
I feel like these things on his side wing should be gold too. I don't know. Everything's weird on these guys. That stuff feels like it's bolted on as well, though, right? Let's do it and see. It'd be hard as hell to try to change that back to purple without the airbrush in that small area, but
Isaac Schaefer said, I'll try all those suggestions. Where did it go? I've replaced most of my tooth and coats with Pro Acryl and was thinking of giving them away to someone I care about, so I don't want them to put up with this BS too.
yeah.
But then later on said, or maybe where did that go? Maybe I'll find someone I don't like to give them to.
I'm always like, you could always just give them to somebody you don't like. No, I'm a big fan of passing your paints along to somebody else, family member, somebody's getting into it. They can try it out at low expense if you've got stuff you don't use, colors you don't use, old paints because you've swapped over something like Pro Acryl, whatever it is. Always a good idea to spread the wealth. We've always joked that we are the paint that has been the most had the most influence on regifting
donations,
and donating old paints. Because a lot of people swap out of brands when they get Pro Acryl. Craziest cop situation today earlier.
Gosh. I was thinking about it after you sent me that message, and you said it was the southwest
Southwest corner, across from Circle K at 15th Ave in Indian School.
Okay.
Circle K is on the northwest. Huh?
Circle K is the northwest.
Yes.
Okay,
it's
so
across the street from
Indian
that.
School.
Huh?
Across Indian School.
Yes.
Okay. So when I was going this morning, I saw cops at the northeast corner. So it was a busy day over there today.
Yeah, they said that people reported shooting in the apartment complex.
Okay.
And that...
Like by that little liquor store?
No, across the street from Circle K. And there's houses on that side. And so there's an apartment complex, like a small apartment complex there. And then houses. And then it goes back into that neighborhood behind there. And...
liquor store is across the street it's across Indian School from Circle.
There's houses there too. So,
but yeah, that's that area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that they heard gunshots and then saw people fleeing the apartments, and then cops showed up and there was 3 armored SWAT vehicles. When I drove there, they had the entire street closed down with crime tape across it, across the whole street. This is like a 6-lane street.
It's a busy road. Indian School.
And they had all 6 lanes shut down with crime tape, and you couldn't had the whole block shut off. Cops at every corner, so you couldn't get through it. All you could see were all the SWAT guys with automatic weapons, body armor, leaning against the cars with their rifles out. I was like, what the? I immediately got to the office and was like, what is going on? I typed incidents in Phoenix, and they were like, right now, here's what's going on. And it was that.
A little later. So I saw that, and then a little later, and I don't know if maybe the post was wrong, but on Instagram, one of the local news accounts posted something at 27th Ave in Indian School as well.
Yeah.
Like, busy day today.
Yeah, right.
Because what I saw was at this same intersection, just a different side, and then yours, and then, like a mile or so west. There's another one. I'm like, oh, it's a good thing Clarendon's closed today. That was right by Clarendon.
Play with this a little bit with some of the one step over this yellow we've just done. I think maybe the bronze yellow over it, maybe. It might need some orange. We're going to see if the bronze yellow works just on its own. I haven't messed with these in layering a whole lot. But these are great colors. Over the yellow, the orange yellow, it should give it kind of a dirty brown effect. We shall see. I'm not going to thin them down. I'm just going to go for it and see what happens. Even though these, when you put them over a bright background like white or taupe, these themselves are yellow, this color that I'm using. But over yellow, we're just going to get the bronze darkness, that dirty color, really take over.
Just have a good weekend. Enjoy the popsicle party. It seems really late to still be in school.
Popsicle party?
The last day of school. They're doing a popsicle party. Too bad it decided to rain.
Where are you at?
Where are you that they're still in school on June 26th?
Europe is still in school.
Well, that's true. Mally said that his kids are just about to get out, right?
Yep. He said France gets out of school next week.
Flexible now. Where are you? Like our schools have summer school right now. Because I drove by and like, oh, there's a lot of cars in that school parking lot because it's probably summer school. Alberta, Canada. Huh. Is this typical that they go this far into the summer?
A lot of places do because they then split it up into more frequent vacations the rest of the year, right? So that there's never really a summer break. Am I right with that? Like then you have a holiday and
well, so schools here have been doing. Oh, last week of schools in New York too. This week, crazy. When do they start? After Labor Day, probably. We've done a lot of schools here are doing more of like what they consider year-round school, where they start in July.
Yeah, and then they just get equal vacations
and they go
more
for
often
9 weeks, and then they'll have 2 weeks off, and then they'll go for 9 weeks, and then they'll for Christmas they might have like 3 weeks off, and then 9 weeks, and then they'll have 2 weeks off, and then 9 weeks, and then they have like 6 weeks off or something. But
Seems legit.
They get out before Memorial Day. Is technically the end of the year. Going to year-round work was definitely an adjustment.
Year-round work?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I'd like summer break. That'd be kind of cool.
Oh my gosh, when I was a teacher, I had so many of my friends who were not teachers who like, I should have been a teacher so I could have had summer break. I'm like, yeah, that's not why we do that. First of all, it's never really a summer break. We're always working.
I think this is good. You can try it on some of the other ones with like the olive yellow and the greenish rather than the brownish, but I'm liking this. Then I just come back with the same orange yellow real quick and work towards the highlight areas. A little bit more water on my brush than I did the original time so that you can get it to look more blended in with that background. I'm working a little wet on wet here, but hoping that it doesn't upset it too much.
What are you using right now? Sable 4?
Yeah.
Sable 4, Droth.
That gives it that tarnished gold look with two colors, just base with the orange yellow, give it a dark wash, come back with the orange yellow thin over the top of that, just towards your highlight spots.
So Stan, technically they have 3 terms in the UK.
Terms like semesters?
Yeah, trimester. So after the summer starts term 1, and that goes from the summer till Christmas. Then they get a week off in the middle, 2 weeks at Christmas, and then after Christmas to Easter, and then Easter to summer.
Ain't too bad.
Game Delay said, I stepped away, so I missed the point where Jason said I didn't like orange on these, so I decided to go with orange. But it's much less orange. Mostly purple.
You weren't.
And I think this is going to be gold,
You're not
right?
paying attention.
He said he stepped away.
That doesn't matter. You don't get to come in here like that. You have to pay attention if you want to make comments. I said that the main color being orange is the problem. We've shown in the past how it's so easy to get like a non-metallic gold workup going with the one step over yellow, and you're kind of seeing it happen here very quick. Even when we just paint the yellow real quick, in the past I would typically use the one step yellow over a bright zenithal as a base, and then come after it with the orange, or now that we have the bronze yellow. That looks really good. Really simple too. Oh, I need more paint. I'm using the amp orange yellow. We go put this guy to the test tonight. We go play a game with him.
Oh, you're gonna use this guy?
Yeah, this guy's the leader of the list I want to try. Little small list. Hoping Phil may come out. I don't know if he will or not.
Oh, nice. Philip, are you here? Are you gonna meet Jason for a game tonight?
He was hanging out with his girlfriend all day. I don't know if she lets him watch the stream too.
Oh. Scorched Earth, have a great weekend. See you next week.
Take it easy, Scorched.
Flexible Knot, have you started painting again? I can't remember. I know you said you hadn't painted since you were a kid. I can't remember if you said you've started up again. Yes, highlights and shadows definitely make a difference.
In regards to what? Just in general?
Just the way they look. Flexible Knot said I didn't even know of the existence of such things when I was painting.
Oh, yeah. You know, as kids, we would just put paint on it. Right? You just paint it. You'd spray a base coat and ta-da, you're done. Put some decals on it. I was always, as a kid, I was always like, hey, you know, I've done all this work. How come mine look like crap compared to the ones I'm seeing wherever it was I was looking?
Yeah.
There wasn't an internet, so it was just stuff I would see at the store, and then I'd ask people at the store, and sometimes I get lucky and there'd be somebody at the store that actually knew, you know, and maybe had painted them for the store.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's always kind of cool to, you know, as a little kid, they'd tell you something. But, of course, back then, I'm like, I don't know what that means. What do you mean you did an oil wash? So it was years and years of waiting and learning. And, you know, there weren't books really. And then I got to take some class sessions at one of the hobby stores in Dallas that I grew up close to. And that really kind of set it off for me, because that put it at a point where you're like, oh, I get it now. And then with the advent of better and better tools that make these things easy, you know, now we live in like a renaissance of being able to bring stuff to life, because there's so many good tools you can pick up. So many good things, resources online, like coming and watching here, watching YouTube videos. finding somebody who speaks to you in a way you can get the light bulb to go off of, oh, I understand what they're saying now.
Flexible knot, there's lots of different options for magnification now as well. I mean, Jason uses readers, but there's actual like goggles. So if you already wear glasses, there's different like goggly type things that you can put in front that magnify it. So many different options.
I hope they talk about them as goggly type things. I want them to be like, hey, we are the store that sells goggly type things for painting models.
I mean, I've seen them with like even a light on the top.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just talking to Rob from Spiky Bits not too long ago, and he's got a pair that he got, and it's just that. They're like very like scientific looking, you know?
Yeah, like a dentist, flip the light.
I think there was a company that had them at Adepticon.
Probably.
That was doing that stuff.
And Flexible Knot, we're here every day, well, Monday through Friday at this time. Jason Paint maybe feel inspired to pick up a paintbrush again.
Heck yeah. You get a lot of people coming back to the hobby after a few years, decades. I think
They're
it's
called sexy gogs.
Sexy. I want it to be that. This is a thing Monument needs. Monument sexy gogs.
I mean, there you go. People saying Droth has said mine have a light and 6 different levels of magnification. Bazinga J said that's exactly what I use. Scientist looking thing with a light. It's great.
Yep.
Oh, the one at Adepticon, Wad said they're super expensive because they make them specifically for you.
Yeah,
like
it's almost prescription style, right? It's like, holy.
Come a long way, Flexible.
Not bad to be a nerd anymore.
About as long. It's been he started when he was like, it was like 40 some years ago as well when he started painting. So he's right there with you.
I started painting in the late 70s. I'm older than dirt.
Stan said, I answered the door to the Amazon guy wearing mine about a week ago. He looked at me like I was standing there naked. Yeah, Jason laughed at me when I started painting like 6 years ago, no more than 2016. It's like 10 years ago.
My old girl needs glasses, and then I picked them up and put them on.
I'm like, I can't see. I need to get some readers, and I don't wear readers to like read.
No,
I don't need them.
I've never seen her wear them. She has like her glasses for driving at night.
Oh yeah, I wear glasses when I drive, for seeing far away, and that's it. And I wear them when I watch TV sometimes. But like, I don't use I don't carry readers with me to like read a menu at a restaurant.
You should.
I don't need.
But I picked her readers up.
Yeah.
And put them on, made fun of her on stream.
He was making fun of it. He's like, oh.
And I have been wearing readers ever since. I was like, oh, wait a minute. I hadn't even realized what details I was having a hard time seeing. You just get used to what normal is, right? And I've been painting for so long that the transition didn't happen overnight. So I was like, oh yeah, you know, I squint a little and it comes into focus or whatever. My problem is I don't need glasses for anything else. So I have to like look over my nose, old man style, to see the monitor and all the stuff that's going here on the desk. And that can be a pain.
I do too, yeah, because they don't work for that. Hey, O'Neill said it was literally 30 years for me. I last painted and played mini games in the 90s, came back to it this year. That is awesome.
Awesome.
Welcome back.
Yep, welcome back. Welcome back.
Happy Friday, T. Schmid.
I just wanted to do these gold things on the front. There's probably a lot more areas where we should do gold, but I wanted to see how I like this color. And before moving on, you know, as I'm doing these test models, you're seeing probably for the first time for a lot of you, me struggling with liking what I'm coming up with. And it doesn't happen very often, but when it does, I'm willing to put the time into it to make it right. I'm not going to settle for, uh, something that doesn't make me pleased because I won't finish it. And I just know myself too well. I'll be like, oh yeah, and then these models will just sit there and I'll be bummed, and I'm like, that doesn't do anybody any good. So I will take the time to turn them into what I need them to be excited about them. And cut corners like this, where I'm doing a base coat of yellow, which I would very rarely do, right? I would normally build my yellows up from, you've seen my golds that I want to be orangish. We move up from like a burnt sienna or something of that nature, burnt orange, dark camel green, yellow green, those kinds of things to do non-metallic gold. But here I'm just doing the quick base of orange yellow, and then using the one step as a nice cheater to turn the yellow into a color that a normal wash wouldn't do readily, so that I've got a much better background for turning these into non-metallic gold. And now doing it on an entire army isn't the big time consumer that it would normally be. I remember when we were first showing off the one step and doing the gold, the first one that I did, it was like, why did I already start my whole Blood Angels army? Because I was like, I should have done them all like this.
Well, same for me. I now if I go out in a car, even if passenger, I have to have my glasses on. Otherwise, it feels weird. I'm like, I can't.
Really?
Yeah.
I know you say that every now and then.
Yeah.
Right. So now on top of this will be bright pale yellow. We're just going to jump to our fake white that exists in the yellow range. So we've used orange yellow, a wash or filter. I used the one step like a wash, but I didn't add anything to it. I just used the one step right out of the bottle. This is a color that comes out in wave 2 that you see me use, obviously not a color you can get right now in the bronze yellow. But
soon.
But soon. You
Sooner
could make
than
this
metallics.
You could make this color very easily out of one step medium if you like what you're seeing, and dark golden brown, believe it or not.
Flexible knot 100%. Our other painter, Jordan, has been known to do that many times. And it's really just a him thing. Like, as far as not liking it, because people on stream will watch him paint and be like, this is amazing. And then they come back the next day and it's black primer again. Because he's like, I just didn't like it. So I wanted to start over.
Yep.
Most people are like, I would have paid good money for that.
Yeah, and I mean that's what you're seeing me do is I'm not happy with it. So I didn't prime over any of the other ones because I didn't know if I was going to be happy with this other one. So I'm not quite as knee jerk as Jordan is, because it's not that I hate the orangish yellow we came up with. I just know it isn't what I want long term, and it's a struggle. I could use that color scheme on literally any other army in this game, just not this one, because the details on these models run together in weird ways, and it makes it almost impossible for me to get the color scheme to work in my head the way I want it. So, being able to step back and say, okay, that's okay. I'm going to readdress it and figure it out is perfectly all right. Your models, your time, your fun.
Yep.
It is very important that you like it at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody else matters. Unless you're doing it for a customer, like as a commission painter, and then you better do whatever then you better do whatever they want so you can get paid. But
Fat Boy said, bought some of the one-step colors and I'm about to try them on my recently built Rebel Alliance starter box.
Nice. Awesome. The new Legion?
Snow Blinky said, how come your paintbrush can keep painting for so long? How does it keep the paint and stay wet for so long?
It's honestly just controlling the moisture on the brush. I don't use a wet palette. I just control the moisture that I have on the brush itself. So it's all about painting. I paint with the water on the brush. I don't thin the paint on the palette very often unless I know I'm doing a complete um, glaze, and then I will. But typically, it's all about just a little bit of dampness. I know that if I'm doing something like what I'm doing right now, I don't want a lot of dampness because I'm pulling smaller, tighter areas of color. So I don't want the paint to bleed out, right? To put those little shine spots on there for the gold. Um, and then if I want it to flow better, I leave more water on the brush, and that's really it. There isn't a whole lot of magic to it, but it seems like it if you're struggling with, being able to have um, moisture and flow for long periods of time. I totally get it. When I'm doing thin line work like this, sometimes it'll dry up quicker than I want it to because I'm barely using just the tip of the brush.
And Stan, I know that you're joking, but because there are some people who are maybe new here, I just want to emphasize that everything that Jason uses, you can either purchase now or will be coming soon. So that is not a special brush. That's one of our regular Pro Sable brushes that is available right now on our website. Well, it's in stock. It's available on our website. I think the 4s are in stock. Pro Sable number 4.
Believe it or not, the 4 is the least sold Sable.
Yeah.
And it's like,
I think people are afraid of it.
One of my favorite ones. Well, yeah, because when people get into miniature painting, the first thought is that it's
need
miniatures. I need a small brush. Yeah. And what you need is the biggest brush that you can feel comfortable using.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid of small brushes. They will do the heavy lifting for you. You'll notice that I call it my thumb palette, but on my thumb palette, I'm taking a lot of the paint off so that I don't have a lot of paint clumped in the brush that isn't getting used. That will cause it to dry up quicker and can keep you from being able to paint for long.
Bazinga, if 1s and 2s work for you, then keep using them.
100%.
There are tinier brushes that people think that they need to use. When I hear, that people use like a 00 to paint their whole model, I think wow.
100%.
I feel like the smaller brush, you have to go back to your palette a lot.
Yeah, it just doesn't hold enough paint.
The paint.
Yeah, it just doesn't hold the same amount of paint, so it becomes a little bit more of a struggle. But if you can use it and it works great, it is the right tool.
Yeah.
Don't ever let anybody, not me, not anybody, tell you differently. The right tool is the one that gets the job done to your liking.
And 1s and 2s are probably our most popular.
They are.
Sizes.
They're the ones that sell out instantaneously.
Yeah. So you are in very good company.
Glazing with the pale yellow on the top of these, whatever those things are. To get that brightness going a little bit there. And because I know it's acting a little bit more like a glaze, I'm going to do the same thing here and glaze a little bit up into the line I made, just so I've got a little bit of blending of that glow from the shine across there. When doing these types of things, always move the brush towards where the brightness, in this case where the brightness is. I'm going from the darkness up to the bright spot, not from the bright spot down. And then you've got some really good tarnished non-metallic gold. Really, I mean, if there is such a thing as wish.com non-metallic metal, I just showed it to you. That's 2 colors and a wash, and you can get a lot of work done with that. No mixing. That one's good. It was just this one.
Double T said working on Blood Angels for my kiddo, working up from Pains to Dark Plum Zenithal I saw Jason do previously. Should I go bold pyro red to red orange spot highlights and then glaze filter back over with bold pyro red to get it back into the red spectrum?
Good.
I did that and it looks good.
Yeah, if you did it, yeah, that's the way I would do it.
Just
Anytime you do something where you're,
anytime
you do something where you're layering, and you might find that you lose the color, the center color you're going for, like in this case, red that you're asking about. Always feel, I mean, depending on how you are with your glazing, going back and glazing a thin coat of the color that you're trying to get, if that's pyro red, that can work wonders. The big key is just making sure you don't, glaze too much and then ruin all of the other work that you've done, because glazing with a color like pyro red can overtake so much of the color you've already placed on the model. So starting really thin and doing it and then layering your glaze 2 or 3 times is probably the way I would do that, rather than trying to get it in one. A lot of times when I'm glazing, I'll be like, 1 coat is enough, but sometimes when you're filtering like that, you want to give it a little more effort. To ensure your time is worth it. Glaze one more time up into that line, just to continue to try to brighten it up just a hair. Like that. That gives it that shine right across the the top of the chest and shoulder area. Oh yeah. Yeah, I see it.
It's like long neck.
Is he some sort of bird?
Yeah,
some sort of bird where the faces are looking in. These things are the nose and the eye.
The rivets are their eyes.
Yeah. Yep, I can see it.
What's everyone doing this weekend? Anyone have fun plans? Friday.
And they're going out to dinner with the guy that runs the local event that's happening this weekend.
We are dinner plans tomorrow. Jason's going up to Gamers Guild, so I don't know if we're doing dinner. What time are you going up there? Right after?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, we could go eat.
Oh, okay.
Like we did last week.
I was gonna.
Because I don't have. It's not till 6.
Oh, okay. I was thinking I was gonna go to Chipotle.
Yeah, when you said that, it didn't register with me, and then I was like, "But wait, didn't we? We still ate last week."
So now we got to figure out what dinner is.
All right, chat. This is your cue. Do better this time. Last week you failed us.
Just Boxing Ogre said, "Finally made it. What'd I miss?
All of it.
All of it. It's purple now instead of orange."
You missed Everything.
Plan is nothing Saturday. Sunday, it's all day. What? Karatev grading? Karatev grading? Karatev grading? I don't know what that is. Wad's going to Pandas tomorrow, playing in a TCG tournament on Sunday. Ishmael might go pick up my new 40 rules tomorrow.
40K?
Maybe.
No.
Haley going to lunch and the Supergirl movie with her nephew tomorrow, and then doing a marathon D&D session with friends.
Oh, nice.
Pizza Friday for Beard Science. I didn't get the brat burger. I got a different burger, and it was very good.
I thought you did get the brat burger.
No, I got the hot honey burger.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't have good breakfast for dinner places outside of like Denny's and IHOP, because all of our good breakfast places close at 2 or 3. Do you know if the Heroes Cup is open to the public?
I think. Oh boy, that's a good question. I don't know. I don't know if it's just for players.
Chessbox, you might be able to send Gabe a message in Discord and ask him. He might know. I can't promise you that he'll know, but he might know because he's been coordinating everything for us.
We have a little booth there just to, because it's in our home turf.
Yeah.
So we wanted to make sure that we supported Kicker.
And we like the guys that are putting the event on. Commando Ken said, tomorrow is Ren Fair Day. Wondering what urinal conversation shenanigans my friends are going to pull off.
Oh, please.
Make sure you report back, please.
Video, if possible. Tell them to get extra credit for video.
Yeah, they're pretty busy. They're not a huge team, the Green Banner team, so they might be pretty focused on this. But try Gabe. Gabe might know. Seth Till Death said, I'm trying to do a dirty red cloth with Adepticon red oxide. What would be a good highlight of that?
Ooh. Red orange? Or the orange red. Sorry, orange red. Red orange would be too bright. Orange red is great over red oxide. You can mix the two if you don't want it to be, too over the top. But they work great. What do we think?
It looks amazing.
Yeah, I think we can do that gold across this with the purple. And that'll work really well.
Flexible Knot, that is very neighborly and kind of you. Follow-up from Seth about the reds. Would you glaze on top?
What would you glaze on top?
Just would you
No. I mean, if you're going with red oxide, highlight it with orange red. You could add in a little bit of like tan flesh to the orange red to get a highlight color to do the edge highlighting with it. I don't think I'd glaze unless you go too bright with your edge highlight, and then you need to glaze a little bit of the orange red back over the highlight to bring it back into red, because you could use pale pink over the top of that and just get a really bright edge, and then glaze the orange red back over the edge, and it'll be a brighter version of the orange red without having to mix. If you're comfortable with glazing, that's a really easy way to get your edge highlighting to work really well. If you're not as comfortable with glazing, then just mixing in something like tan flesh into the orange red works really, really well. See, it's stuff like this. It's like like the way his chin is done with the hard angles. That's like armor, but it has teeth coming out of it.
There are metal teeth.
But up top, he has armor covering his eyes, and then he has biological gums. Like the gums up here have the ripples like gums would, but the bottom doesn't. It's like a hard plate with teeth on it, and then he's got gums. This is the stuff that drives me bananas about these models. It's like, make your mind up. What is happening here? They still look cool, though. It's very frustrating.
Chest, we have faded plum. That's kind of a bright pale purple. The armor is flesh. The flesh is armor.
The faded plum is what I'm using here on these guys. And it's a nice faded bright purple. You can use that and mix in bright pale yellow to get a brighter highlight of it.
The actual question was, aside from pale pink, white, blue, faded green, bright pale green, and ice yellow, what other highlight paints would you recommend?
Oh, what did you have bright pale green in there?
Bright pale green.
Ice yellow, white,
green.
blue, pale pink, faded green, bright pale green.
Do we have one called ice yellow?
No, that's bright pale yellow. Yeah, bright pale yellow.
Biological gums is
bright ivory.
Metal band.
Bright ivory is very good. Yeah, it's very similar to bright pale yellow, but bright ivory are very good. The warm flesh is really good for mixing in with reds again. Those are the good ones. Those are the fake whites. Bright neutral gray.
Oh yeah.
And bright warm gray. That's kind of the list of fake whites that you will use time and time again to make your models pop, right? Because you can mix those with colors or just use them on their own.
Olive flesh.
Yeah, you can't piss Chris off and not mention olive flesh. Yeah, olive flesh and the ivories, pale yellows, those are very close and can sometimes be used interchangeably depending on what you're doing. If you're mixing them, then they all have their own kind of place.
That sounds like a trip to Gamers Guild for you.
I'm happy with that. That was really easy. I mean, other than, it takes time, but it's easy. Huh?
I still just see birds. And the things like right here look like upside down giraffes.
Where on his chin? His sideburns?
Yeah.
Upside down. Oh, they do. Like legs and neck. Like,
no, it's a giraffe.
It's a giraffe.
Or a dinosaur.
Jen is so fun when you're saying, what do you see in the clouds, babe?
Yes.
Alien invasion. Pale pink for the purple stuff.
Draw said, is the glaze and wash medium supposed to be the thickness of PVA glue?
It can be.
Yeah, it's a little thicker.
It's thicker, and depending on like heat and temperature and stuff, it can change viscosity, but you can add water to it. Thin it down if it's too thick for you. I find myself using it alongside water on almost all the mixes that I do. I did see a batch come out recently that I think was thicker than normal.
Now can't unsee, right? We have to think of the place.
Yeah, it's up by Westworld, so he probably
Something up
doesn't.
there.
We don't have to. We can just go out that way.
Mhm.
I don't know what's out that way. I never remember Scottsdale. Yeah, but they have all the restaurants.
Jack Not So Nimble said one thing I've done is wet blend into NMM to emphasize the organic / robotic techno organic fusion of the army.
This army? I have no idea what's going on with this army. Told a buddy of mine today, I was like, the people that got away with designing and sculpting this should never sculpt for miniatures again. It was a little hot at the time I made that comment. It's like I think that, like I believe with driving, in order to get your driver's license, you should have to drive a semi truck and a motorcycle for a while before you ever get to have a car license. I think when sculpting, you should have to paint bad sculpts for a while.
Jabe, Jabe.
Before you're allowed to make sculpts for the public that are supposed to be painted. Yeah. So that you can feel our pain when somebody gives us something like this where the parts just run into one another. But yeah, I can see the wet blending thing, right? I'm just going to do like literally the whole model is going to be like this kind of pseudo non-metallic purple, and that's what I've done here. We're going to work that up until I hit a thing like this feels like a fabric knot or like a rope knot around his arm, and this feels like leather strapping and belts and then more ropes. So when I hit something like that, like these armor plates that are riveted on that are 2 layers deep on the purple, then I'll turn those gold or black or something, right? And then I'll just do the rest of it with the purple and just cheat because I'm tired of it. We've tried to go through it and navigate it, and I'm like, it's frustrating to me. I'm old. I want things to be laid out nice and nice and plain. I want there to be a story behind it. I was excited for these guys because they're kind of I'm a Legion of Everblight fan. The whole eyeless sight dragon thing was always cool to me. They're just a little frustrating. They're still great models. They have a really neat look to them is the thing, right? And so you're like, okay, well, I need to figure out how to make this work because the models are so rad.
But it's not. I wouldn't say it's bad model design. They're just more complex, maybe.
These?
No, Bazinga said, I don't have a lot of experience yet. Is it poor model design when there are legs and parts that are near impossible to get at?
No. Remember that you don't have to paint everything.
Yeah.
And some things that are in shadow are better unpainted. That's why you'll find me teaching to start with a dark color as your base so that things that are hard to get to, like the back of a shield, stuff like that, already has a darkness to it. So you'll notice that I start with dark blue on these. So everything that's on towards the bottom has had the dark blue and then even a Payne's gray coat over it. when I did the Payne's Gray wash over the airbrushing to bring all the detail back into focus, right? So you've got the dark Payne's Gray in between the knee pads and the musculature and things like that after the airbrush. And so that helps to delineate all of that. And then I just paint towards the light, the things that, we jokingly call it the money shot, but you pick the way you feel like you're going to look at the model like this. Boom. Paint it to look good right here like a photograph. Yeah. Don't worry about all this. I mean, you can. I mean, it's funny because we play with these models and this is what you see all the time. So I also like this to look good too, right? So you notice I've got good highlights on this and I will pay attention to this, but I'm not going to pay attention to this, right? The underside of the wing won't be the most important thing to me. Will we do some highlighting on it so you can see those details? Sure, but you can't even really see them from the front of the model. They kind of go straight back. So there's some areas like legs on a horse, or if they're underneath barding, like if you're doing knights and they have barding on the horse and the legs are just little ankles sticking out, but you kind of have the leg that goes up under the barding you can see from one crazy angle. This guy, not even painting that. I might put one brush stroke of whatever the base coat color of the horse skin is. If they're doing brown horses, it might get dark brown on that leg that's shoved up in shadow, just so it looks like I wasn't as lazy as I wanted to be. But other than that, I don't even spend any time on it.
But I think it's not unusual that models will have parts that are really difficult to get to if you
want
to paint everything. So
everything from underarms to
it's not necessarily a flaw, a design flaw. It's just someone has an idea of what they want it to look like, and you've Jason's saying you should have to paint the model before you're allowed to design something.
Stuff like this with the arm that's up underneath the shield. Again, here's the money shot for this guy. So in here, am I going to do a tremendous amount of detail where it's very hard to get the brush and do the detailing? No. It's in shadow anyway, so just do enough of midtone to make it get the detail out and appear in shadow. I'm not going to highlight the chainmail sleeve in underneath the shadow like I am the chainmail that's out here in the open, right? And so I'm always looking at it. And there's much worse examples, right, of the things that you can and can't get to that can be very frustrating. And sometimes people talk about doing things in sub-assemblies. Sometimes you can do sub-assemblies and that works really well. So there is that option for you, So if you wanted to do that, don't put like the shield on before you paint the rest of the model. Then all of that has detail and then you put the shield on. You're not going to see it, so I feel like it's a waste of time. No white armpits. I could glue a little bitty grass tufts in there. Can you imagine? Look at what I converted all my models to having much armpit hair. I'm very pleased with myself.
It's 4:02.
4:02?
Yeah.
All right, we gotta go.
Got time.
We gotta go eat. What are we eating? Did chat come up with any good ideas?
Of course not.
Pink Plaid is all they said. We need to open a restaurant called Pink Plaid. Be the hit of the century, right next to Slick Willie's.
Yeah.
Pink Plaid is like the weekend nightclub version of Slick Willie's.
Gillenborn, yes, we're both going tomorrow. A team working there. Go hang out. I'm not going up there tonight, Chess. So John Silver's tonight. Unless Jason really wants it, and then I'll go to Chipotle and go home.
No. Not high on my list of greasy food cravings right now.
Not super close to us, Meeple, no. In Tempe. I don't think there's one over here. And Jason's going the opposite direction tonight. So
what is?
Ted's Hot Dogs.
Ted's?
Yeah.
I don't know this.
Classic hot dog. Brunar said should make a monthly challenge now to incorporate armpit grass tufts. We don't care what you paint, but it has to include armpit hair.
Oh my God. That would be such a great challenge if we came up with something that's like use terrain paint, like our texture paint and stuff.
Yeah.
But you have to use it on the model. Right? Paint it on the model.
It has to be a growth of some sort.
So now everything is like shrub men. All the Marines with like shrubbery.
Haley, have a good weekend. Be back next week.
I will not let this army beat me. I really like this army. So this I'm much happier with than the other. Again, every model's enough different that I might change my mind when I hit some of the other guys, but I pulled the whole army aside, my whole tray with the army on it. I pulled the whole army aside and took a look at it and was like, I think that this will be the right way to do it. So you can already see how the purple and the gold are working together as I highlight the purple. So we get enough value out of the purple as I go. I think it'll work. I think it'll work. I just have to figure out what everything is. Like legit, this bottom jaw, I have no idea. It's hard surface, so it would get the pale pink, right? But then the upper jaw has got gums. Like, please, somebody, tell me the story. I need a bedtime story that explains this whole army.
Got a grill.
It is. It's like an iron jaw, right? Like somebody knocked his jaw off. And he got put back together. They made him better. Like the $6 Million Man or something.
Yeah. Philip said, is he an orc? An iron jaw.
Yeah, no, but yes. Hi, Phil. Are you coming tonight?
One too many pucks to the face on that model.
Maybe that's it.
Philip said yes. 6, right?
6.
Sounds like 6. Kimberly said, you see, Jason, when a lizard and a food processor love each other very much.
That's the best thing I've heard. That's like literally the only thing I've heard that makes sense with these guys. It's like, okay, a dragon and your kitchen appliances. I like that. That works. What do we think? Can we see a future for this, chat?
Of course.
That's the angle that I've worked on. The purple, with the faded way that I've done it with the plums, this is all dark plum, and faded plum, and then Payne's gray and magenta washes over the top. I really like that color. But when you notice how I've done the highlight, right? So if we go in like this, you notice how as I'm highlighting it, it becomes kind of a unique steel color was my hope, that it wasn't just purple, that it becomes like a metal with purple tones to it. So now instead of having to do silver and gold, I can have this purple be the bulk of it. And then whenever I have fleshy bits like his shoulder and his bicep look more fleshy to me, I can leave them without as bright of a highlight on them. Maybe highlight them with magenta and bring out some more of the heat. And then I think I can get it very monochromatic, but have some pop to it. So,
Teach Mid, yes, it was orange yesterday.
I have no regrets.
Oh, you didn't paint that one yesterday. You painted the other guy yesterday, right?
I painted this guy.
Yeah.
I'm on a yellow and purple kick for some reason. I don't know why I can't get away from it, but these were even different purples and they look the same now. I feel like there's a secret. Everybody asking me what my favorite color is, and secretly I'm telling you. For some reason it's purple. Yeah, so I think that this will work, and then on the guys like this. Again, the airbrushing, obviously, the more you can use an airbrush to get to kind of this level. This is 5 colors plus 2 washes, so technically 8 steps because it's 5 colors plus a primer. So from a raw model, this is 8 steps you have to go through. So it might seem tedious, but if you're doing an army like this, you can get to this level in a very quick amount of time. You'll spend more time cleaning the airbrush than you will actually using it, especially when you get to your last 3 colors through the airbrush, because they're all very spot colors, and to where the last one's just a highlight on the heads and the chest and these bright spots you see. And then the wash is blended all together to where it doesn't even really look that airbrushed anymore. You get a good look out of it. And then it's, again, like the Tau, like you've seen me do with a lot of armies, is now it's just a lot of edge highlighting. And of course, I'm an idiot. I'm doing non-metallic metal now. So don't blame me. But if you weren't here for it, this gold happened very, very quickly, and it's only 3 colors. Technically, just 2 colors and a wash. So it doesn't, and no mixing. It's literally 2 colors put on by themselves with no mixing and a wash. So you know, if you wanted to ever have the ability to do non-metallic gold, go back and watch today's show and see what I did with these. The color that I use from One Step isn't available yet, but you can use the One Step medium and dark golden brown to get that same or close color to have this effect on over the orange yellow that I used. So I plan to do a lot of that on these. And I can even see like doing, like on the chest plates, doing some gold, even on these guys that don't seem like they have any armor, but they kind of are. That's the thing. It's frustrating. They did this strictly to frustrate me. That's it. Earthworm Cerebus. Yes. I think it's called a Hydrix. I don't know what it is. The triple-headed serpent. Yeah, I'm digging these. You know, this whole army is bitching, right? The designs are really cool. And I'm a fan. I don't have any of the gargantuans for this one because I don't see a good place for them in the army. But they're one of them is really neat. It's like 3 huge, like instead of 1 worm with 3 heads, it's 3 worms, and they're all entangled around each other, and it's a big, you know, honking gargantuan. Yeah, the Thriomat. Exactly. I think that's what it's called.
Are you gonna be continue to paint this on stream, or you're
Yeah.
gonna go back to your Tau? Or
Yeah,
Tau
no, I
is
like
done
painting
now?
these for the time being.
Okay.
I have a handful of models that I want to get done for being able to play Warmachine at the 100-point level. It's actually not a whole lot of models. I want to get that done for this army, and then I'll go back to Tau. And I might bounce around between them. You might have Tau one day and these next. I really do want to start doing all the edge highlighting on like the devilfish. But you guys have to tell me, you know, the Tau is literally at the point where every model is 5 hours of me highlighting the same color. So I look at that and I say that, well, this is more fun because I'm exploring color. You're seeing my process. So I feel like this makes sense. And we're doing more painting, you know, like the non-metallics on these guys. So, but you let me, if you want to see the Tau, Devin, one of our community members, sent me a really bitchin' model. It is one of the old Forge World broadsides that are really, really cool, and you can't get them anymore. Oh. And he sent me one that he found in his stash, and he just mailed it down to me, and it showed up. I think I brought it in here to the office on my desk. I need to build that. Maybe I'll build that over the weekend. But it's the old one that has the 2 rail guns on the arms, but they built, you know, the original GW ones were not really good. And Forge World came out with one that's a different XV82 or whatever it is, broadside suit. It's really bitchin', kind of more round. So I might build it. That would be a lot of fun. But Shadowcast, you may have painted your best model today. Awesome. Nice. Yeah, and being able to go to black and white. I mean, you know, that's the key, right? When you do stuff like this, it's like switch it to black and white and see, like, does your color register? You know, can you still see the contrast and know that that's still metal in black and white? You can, right? That's when you know that you're doing a good job. It's not just the color of yellow on these plates that make them look metallic. It's the fact that your contrast, all of my lighting is done right on those to give reflection, and when you turn it black and white, you can still tell the material, right? That's the key. And so when you do stuff like that, it is a game changer if you push yourself to use it for its best what's the right word, guidance, right?
Stan said you could do edge highlighting and have it as a Q&A stream, like an AMA kind of thing.
I mean, we do that every day anyway, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
But yeah, I mean, that's kind of what the Tau streams have been. Unless I'm showing people how I'm airbrushing the base coats, then that's kind of what they've been. But yes.
But less instructional about painting, more get to know Jason.
I don't have any Kroot for my Tau army, but I have some Kroot models, right? I think I have the 3 dudes that ride the Kroot hounds or whatever they're called. They're not Krootoks anymore, are they? That always sounds funny saying croutons. I think croutons for your salad, but it's the croutok. Whatever the new 3 dudes on riders are. And I want to convert one of them. I have the leader model that you buy on its own. That's the shaper or hunt guy. I don't remember. It's the individual leader model that you can get. He has his rifle up in the air. I'm going to take his torso and put it on one of those hounds and do him. I want to do him as like a display piece. So there's a world where we could paint something like that, but it won't be done for my Tau army. My Tau army is all suits, right? Croutons. Krootoks Rampagers. Yeah, maybe so. Yeah, are they still Krootoks? Maybe so. They're neat models. I just want to convert one, so you enjoy watching it. Doesn't matter if it's tedious. It's art. Well, thank you. It means a lot. For me though, I have to feel like, because I would sit here all day with a book playing on the weekend and just paint millions of miles of edge highlighting, because even though I don't like the repetition of it, you can just go away in it. And 8 hours later, you're like, oh, I need to hydrate and use the bathroom. It's like you go into a different reality. So that works really well. But I don't feel like it's the best stuff for stream all the time. So I just kind of guide that way when I'm picking like what I want to paint. I have a lot of models, and obviously having fun with picking color schemes and watching me go through that is neat. I have committed to Parabellum. I got some new models from them for the Weaver Quartz. I want to do one of those where we paint it on stream, and it's their new crab guys. And I want to paint one of those guys on stream in a very detailed way so that we can do a cool step-by-step guide on it that they can use for them. They've asked me to do something where they can use a step-by-step painting guide. And so I want to do that, and we do that live on stream. So I'll have a lot of fun. But I got to pick a color scheme for those guys. They're more bright greens and autumn colors because they're the tree dudes. So that should be a lot of fun. But this I'm very happy with. So I could get excited. And these models are a little bit more detailed, Gavi, with the non-metallic gold, and we got the chains, and now I'll be able to do the chains and some rust because I wasn't able to do rusty chains on these guys because of the orange skin. So I'm happy. I'm happy. It worked.
Sick burns, Dan.
What?
Flexible Knot, I'm glad that you found us. We are here Monday through Friday from 2 to 4 p.m. Arizona time.
I don't have friends.
You have a lot of friends.
I don't have any friends. No friends here. There's no love here. Thank you, chat. And for those of you that might be new around here, make sure to hit the follow or the sub button, whichever channel you're watching us on. Remember, we do this. Fine, you're not coming tonight. What do you mean?
Yeah, what was that about, Philip?
Oh, it's because I just said I don't have any friends.
Oh.
He's teeing off of that whole thing. See, I don't have friends. He's not even coming now either. He's like, oh, you found me out. I'm not coming now, bastard. But we do this Monday through Friday from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. here in Monument Standard Time here in the mountains. But we don't really, we have some, but it's not really. We
live in a valley.
So.
We live in a valley. We're surrounded by mountains.
We're
on Mountain Standard Time all year long.
Visual vista, a plethora vista of visual encouragement.
Just Google Arizona time. That's the easiest way.
But thanks so much for hanging out with us. Hope everybody's going to have an enjoyable weekend. If you get some time, go shop. Go shop. Spend your paycheck on monumenthobbies.com and monumenthobbies.eu and buy some hobby supplies. Get to painting. Like Jen said, we will be out at the deal tomorrow. Hanging with I don't know if I doubt there's anybody in the stream right now who's playing in the tournament, but if so, we'll see you out there. And other than that, we will be back on Monday. Make sure to click all the links Jen put in chat. Go check us out on the Discord. Hang out with the fam, even when we're not streaming. We'd love to see you over there too. And but stick around. Jen's going to find you somebody to raid. I'm sure Kenny or somebody is doing some hobby goodness into your Friday evening.
Gillenborn, yes, I told you already that we're both going.
Yeah, we are. And go show some love in the chat we wind up in and enjoy. We will see you back here on Monday. Adios, gang.
Bye.